Okay, I got this door panel off the Sebring convertible. It's actually very easy to take off, right? You got a screw over here. You got 2 screws in here. You got 3 screws around a speaker. And you got a little access panel down in here. You see it? Take a screw off there, and the clips pop off, and the door pops off. Now what happened is, the freaking window comes off the freaking Tract. And I don't know if you can see it down here. Yeah, you can see it. Right here. And the deal is, right there, there's a little, it pops into like a plastic wheel. The wheel is cracked. It's got a split in it so it doesn't hold it. Now, it's like you can't buy this stupid wheel. It's like you gotta, I don't know what you can do, but what I did last time is I put some Gorilla Glue and I fixed the wheel, the little, it's like it slides in its track right here, all the way across. All right, you can see that very well. Get down this way better, and you can see that better right there. That's the thing, it slides in this track, okay? And that pops out of it, right? This pops out of it. There's like it just presses in. This thing cracked on the bottom. That thing cracked. So I Gorilla Glued it, and it lasted a long time actually. Probably lasted more than a year. Then it popped out, and I saw it's cracked again. So what I'm going to do, instead of using Gorilla Glue, I'm going to use this stuff. I didn't even know about this back when I fixed this before. This stuff I found is stronger than any damn glue. It's stronger than JB Weld. It's panel adhesive for gluing on quarter panels on cars, rocker panels. That's how they actually construct in half the cars today from the factory. It's part number 08115. I'm just going to mix it. It's like a white part and a black part. It's like kind of like, it almost reminds you of freaking JB Weld, but it's a hell of a lot stronger. The other thing is I'm going to chemically clean that stuff off before I glue it in there. Press in that thing into that little wheel that goes along that track. I'm going to clean the hell out of it with starting fluid, which is kind of dangerous to do because it's very flammable. But the thing is, it cleans better than every damn thing I ever seen, better than carb cleaner and stuff. So, yeah, the other issue is, like, you know, I already fixed this issue. You see that block down there, this thing? That had to be re-glued on there because that's the window stop that makes it go down. There's also a window stop that stops it from going up. I think it peeled off the window. I'm probably going to fix that with this freaking panel adhesive. But if these parts are like unavailable, and it's like if you go to a junkyard, hang it up, man. You're not going to find this crap. If you find them, you're going to be halfway broken as it is. You're not going to last. So, you know, the best deal is to freaking just fix it with something like this, because this stuff actually is stronger than the plastic that the damn thing is made out of. As long as it's really chemically clean, like in other words that plastic grommet that's in that thing that slides along there, it goes, you know, it slides along the track, and there's like a thing that presses into that plastic grommet. Well, this is stronger than any plastic there is, and it's got a little flex to it, very slight amount of flex to it. A lot tougher, like I said it before, it's a lot tougher than JB Weld. I tried stuff, I fixed on a Jeep, I fixed a headlight, the headlight bucket, the screw adjusters. One of them popped out when there was an accident one time, and the screw adjuster, I guess you could have welded it in there too physically, but what I did was I tried to JB weld it in there. Didn't last. I put this stuff on it, rock solid. So I figured when I do this, it's probably going to last forever, or whatever, years at least. How's that? Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so I mixed the stuff up on that white piece of cardboard just with a spoon, and you can clean up anything, even a kitchen utensil, with starting fluid and soap. You know, if it's stainless steel. So press that in there. I used these channel locks. You know, channel locks is the perfect thing to press it in. And one thing is I gotta watch before this thing sets up is to move this back and forth a little bit, so I didn't glue it to the track itself. But since I put the split, you know, in that little wheel that was down there, the split was towards the bottom. When I put the glue in there, it should fill into the bottom where the split is. And this thing is like, in other words, this, you know, I didn't really want to do it this way, because now I know that the only way this thing's going to move is to move in a track. The wheel is not going to be able to, in other words, not be able to turn inside where the thing is pressed into it. But I'd rather have it like this and not pop out. So I'm just going to have to keep this track extra greased. But it should be alright. It should be alright. So once it settles up. But like I said again, before this thing totally sets up, I'm going to have to move this window a slight amount to make sure that it doesn't glue the arm to the actual track, and then you can't move the window at all. But it should be okay. So I'm going to give it about an hour. And the other thing is, right around by the take some of this WD-40, not put it on where I just glued, but right nearby. Just so, you know, if I moved the window, it'll move in that track okay. So hopefully I don't fuck this up. Anyway, see what happens. Okay, window goes up, no problem. Looks like it's solid. Next thing I want to do is, I got some Cosmoline. This is known for like in military circles for like a preservative for rust. And you know how the doors can possibly rust down there in the bottom? Well, we're gonna douse it down. Cosmoline. Take this wand out because it seems like it's clogged up. So get all behind there. Got to reach way back down in there. We're gonna get that. So car never rust. One other problem I had was kind of took the bolt off of it. This is like the door stop, not the door stop, the window stop for going up. There's a plastic thing on the window that actually broke off. I don't know if you can get that part or I can make one, but what I did was instead I made this, put this sticker on here so I know where to raise the window up to. I could tell from the inside, from the you know, when it's the what do you call it, the rubber molding. You know, I can't see, so I know just to go up to here, you know. But that's the stop adjuster right here. Like I have the bolt off of it for, you can adjust the window, how high it goes, or too high, too low. That's the adjuster for it right there. So, but you know, while you have this off, you might want to spray either WD-40 detailer's wax, or the best thing would be something like this, Cosmoline. This is Weather Shield. Some pretty damn good stuff, so your door will never rust. It should never rust, because this stuff is like really gets all in the nooks and crannies, and you know, it's weatherproof even on the outside. You know, if it's exposed directly to like rain, which, you know, the inside of the door is not, just might get a little moisture. So even on outside bare metal, it would keep it from rusting for a few months. So if you're doing this on the inside of the door on a painted surface that doesn't get too much weather, it'd probably keep it from corroding for many, many years. So that's why this car doesn't really have any rust on it, at least. So we're going to do that.